Hey YouTube, I'm sorry I hadn't made a video in a while. I just wanted to show the opening for this booster box of the High Speed Rider set. I pre-ordered it last week and it came in like a day or two ago. So let's open it. Wait a minute. Hold on. This thing is already opened. What? Yeah, I'm sorry. I got a little bit too excited and I already opened and did all that stuff before I did this video, but I'm still going to show you the things that I got. It came out with a lot of really good commons. Like I got 7 compulsory evacuation devices. I got like 3 pot of dualities. And I would like to say this too. I really like this spell card. My camera's not that great, so I'm just going to read it. Target a synchro monster that you control and then return it to the extra deck. Then destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to it. I think that's really cool. It's got a very nice mass destruction effect, which in my opinion, we don't really have enough of. I feel like it's a very good common card, and that probably, maybe not a lot, but I think it would be a good deck for casual or budget players. Maybe not so much the competitive meta. They probably have better things to do. But I like it. Oh, and also Mystical Space Typhoon. I got like 6 of those. So, if nothing else, you might just get some really good staples in here. Compulse, Mystical Space Typhoon, and Pod Duality. But Pod Duality was rare, but you'll still get it. So, I'm going to show you all the foils I got, because what's cool about the set is that you get a foil card in each pack, so that means that you at least get a super rare. I did not get the one card that I was looking for, which was Psyframe Omega. He's like a lot of money right now, but I did get a really good box regardless, and I'll show you why. So Speedroid Red-Eyed Dice, I got 2 of those. I got 2 Terratops, Take Toneborg, I got 2 of those. Speed Recovery. This is actually a pretty good card, I think. It's basically a monster reborn for the Speedroids, and then you can't do this during the turn it's sent to the graveyard, but the next turn you can banish this card from your graveyard to add a Speedroid monster from your graveyard to your hand. So it's got multiple utility, and I got 3 Hot Red Dragon Archfiends. That's freaking awesome, because now I can throw these into a bunch of decks that I have. And then 2 Black Rose Moonlit Dragons. I already had 1 from the manga promo, but now I'm glad I have 3. This card is just like it's almost kind of like an anti-meta thing, or maybe not so much anti-meta specifically, but it's meant to counter your opponent, both when it's summoned and when your opponent summons something, so I like it. And Stardust Spark Dragon. Stardust Spark Dragon would be a lot better if its effect worked how it did in the manga, which is instead of that card only like not being destroyed once, it can't be destroyed the entire turn. But there's still a couple of good things you could do. Like if you had Stardust Spark Dragon on your side of the field and then you had Vanity's Emptiness, you could use it on your Vanity's Emptiness and it would make it a bit harder for your opponent to get rid of that. And then I did get Psyframe Lord Zeta, which I did want Zeta, but I also wanted Omega. But Zeta's okay because you really can't use his second effect unless you play Psyframes, because the only way that he can return himself to the extra deck is by you being able to add another Psyframe card from your graveyard to your hand. But he still has a quick effect where he can banish himself and a monster your opponent controls until the next turn. So it's almost kind of like Junk Archer, I guess. So I got 2 of those and I was kind of happy. And I got 2 secret rares and I was a little bit disappointed with one of them, because even though I probably have a better chance of getting Speedroids than Psyframes, come on. I really wish that this would have been a freaking Tarantula or Omega. But this card's worth $10 too, so I guess not that bad. It can attack twice, and every single time it battles, it gains 200 attack permanently. So, like, I guess if you can keep him out on the field long enough, he can get pretty powerful. But still, would have preferred something else. Then my other secret rare was Red Wyvern, and he's not bad, but he could be better. He's basically a hammer shot during either player's turn, but he can only use his effect once while he's on the field. So, but then other than that, he's got 24, which isn't bad, but I guess it could be better. And then, oh yes, I got the ultra rare Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, which this card is freaking good. It is basically like a once per turn effect veiler. You can use it both during your turn and your opponent's turn. And it's really, really, really good. And when it inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can summon a tuner monster from your graveyard. So, I guess you could probably... I mean, these cards work better with resonators, but you could probably put them in my, like, something like my Synchron too. And, okay, I got 2 emergency teleports. Yes, not 1, but I got 2 E-Tellies. And I watched a couple videos already, and apparently pulling 2 E-Tellies isn't really that easy. So even though I didn't get Trishula, even though I didn't get Psyframe, Lord Omega, pulling 2 ultra rare emergency teleports in this box is pretty freaking cool in itself. I'm very happy with that. And then I did get 1 ultra Psyframe Gear Gamma, but I don't know. I probably won't be able to get the Psyframe Gears anymore, so I don't really care. And then Red Sprinter, he basically summons level 3 or lower Fiend type from your hand or graveyard. He's good with the resonators. He's not bad, at least. I would probably want to use his graveyard effect more. And then Mirror Resonator. It can summon itself from the hand or the graveyard, but it gets banished after that. And then it can copy the level of a monster on your opponent's battlefield. But this deck, this booster box has some really good comments. And this one, I literally got 8 Red Dragon Archfiends. So, that's pretty crazy. I'm not going to show you all the comments, but I'm just going to take a little handful real quick. There's a lot of generic psychic support in here. There's some of the Speedroids, some of the Psyframes, like I said, staples. Oh, also Card D. I got 6 Card Ds, and that's cool because I want to put them in my Super Heavy Samurais. And they got a lot of good resonators, too. Like, if you're trying to make a resonator deck, this is a pretty good start. Red Cocoon, I don't know. I like Red Cocoon, but I've heard some people say they didn't like it. I guess it's just about opinion. Double Yo-Yos. Those Yo-Yos look kind of dangerous. Krebins. I like the Krebins because I never really had but like 1 Krebins before, all the way from Duelist Genesis. He's obviously printed in here probably because of the emergency teleport, which, you know, that's cool. But Krebins is a really alright guy. Nobody probably will use him anymore, but I've always liked its effect. And then this one is interesting because when your opponent attacks directly, you special summon this card from your hand in attack mode, which you're thinking, that sucks, it's got 100 attack, but it changes all of your opponent's monsters to defense mode. And if you ask me, I think that that's better, because this 2,000 defense points, even though it's high, it wouldn't be able to stack up against really powerful monsters. So being able to change all your opponent's monsters to defense mode, hey, that's some good utility. Oh, and then Supercharge. Supercharge works with Roids because they have Roid in the name. But yeah, you get a lot of Resonators, a lot of Speedroids, some Psyframes, like you get Alpha and Epsilon. Alpha lets you search and Epsilon deals at traps. But, so that's all the cards that I got. Once again, I'll go through all of my holos. I bought this for $60. I actually kind of pre-ordered it. Do I think it's worth it? I think that it is kind of worth it. Like, there's really only 3 different things that get released in here, but the fact that Trishula's, like, here's the thing. There's only 5 secret rares in this whole, like, set. So, if you ask me, I feel like your chances of getting Trishula could be pretty decent, since you only have 5 to choose from. Hope you liked the video. See ya.